I set the streams up. So I already got Instagram ready, I've got my chat ready, and I've got the content ready. So basically everything's ready to go. So you know the usual rule, guys. I'm just going to go through our local news. I'm only going to select a few of them because I'm not going to do them all. We'll start with Australia. So some of Australia information, guys, like this one right here. Wait. Oh, this one's a group of news. This one will be better to watch because it gives me a whole group of information. I don't know. Should I do that one? Interesting, because there's ways of doing this. I think I'll just watch the first one and see what it's about. So I'm hoping it's just some general information and we can move on quickly.
We can't just leave this for another year or 10 or 50.
So they're talking about erosion, guys. So as you may or may not know, Australia is a giant island basically in the middle of the the water, and our coastlines are kind of being washed away because of the polar melting ice. You know, the usual global warming thing. The issue we're having because of that is because more water is able to wash up to the land, which means it's eroding away the sand and houses that are built up right next to it. So that's the issue we're having.
Because homes will go in. Someone's going to get seriously injured.
See, look how bad it is. That is terrible. Look how close the water is to the houses. Some of those houses looks like they could just collapse at any moment, especially the ones in the right part of it. Not so much the left ones, but ones on the right definitely look like they could collapse at any time.
The beach has suffered ever since.
For more than 100 years, coastal erosion has threatened our way of life, eating away at homes and damaging our shoreline, potentially beyond repair.
True.
We've seen the beach erode back by about 40 metres in the last 48 hours.
That's pretty bad.
Will future generations ever forgive us?
Right along the east coast of Australia, this natural phenomenon is only being accelerated by relentless storm and rain cells. The latest flashpoint is here at Wombrooke.
Yeah, apparently we are getting a lot of rain lately, guys. The whole the weather system's changed to more of a wet type of thing. So they're going to get a lot more rain. We're going to get more rain too where I live as well. The whole country's basically going to get washed away. So it's going to be a lot more flooding in those areas. This is in Queensland, I believe. So if you're not sure where Queensland is in Australia, guys, it's north. So it's basically the tropics area.
And North Entrance beaches on the New South Wales Central Coast, where without intervention, residents say these multi-million-dollar homes are doomed.
Yeah.
This is a complex story where climate change, beach preservation, politics and community desperation are at stake.
As soon as you hit me with politics, guys, my head explodes. The word politics gives me a migraine. Because every time I hear it, it sounds like action that never gets done. Because we know how slow it takes the government to do anything. We're all aware of it. They're so slow. That's why a lot of people hate governments. Not to mention our government, because they suck.
To solve a problem, you've got to do something. And this community,
all right, let's speed it up, guys,
for 70 years has been completely neglected.
Chris Rogers has called
So yeah, I didn't
for
think
10
it'll be.
and had planned to spend
I didn't think it'll be just this one, but apparently this is a
The
whole.
homes are here.
thing.
They're not going anywhere, so no one's buying them back. That doesn't make economic sense. And by the way, anyone who bought along here had a legal right to do so.
But his property now sits metres away from the shoreline as the bank beneath his home is eroded by surging ocean.
Yeah.
It's
gonna happen over time, guys. Eventually it will collapse.
A political battlefield
Whose beach? Whose coast?
that's left homeowners powerless to protect their own homes.
What structural advice or scientific advice have you been given?
Just the beach itself has had more studies than potentially any other beach in Australia. I mean, that's again what I think everyone needs to realise. This is a beach that's been overstudied.
Residents want
Overstudied. I don't think I've ever heard that word before.
Which they believe will literally stem the tide.
Where it can be will be completely buried and put under a dune, and then where the land allows it, where owners, the majority of the owners have agreed
Yeah, so that's what
to
you
sacrifice
kind of
large
need. You
portions
need
of their
something
own
to
land,
stop
it'll
it.
be stepped back.
But the wall has never been approved by Central Coast Council, and homeowners are unauthorised to carry out.
I knew it. Council as usual. Government. Am I right, guys? Government's useless.
out their own works with their properties
I'm
overlapping
going to keep
public
this
land.
more
It's
going
attention
and
that boiled
pausing it.
over
I
in
don't need to
August
pause
when a
every 5
homeowner
seconds.
placing rock bags in front of his property was allegedly assaulted
Immediately, leave me alone. I'm not touching you. Sorry, you're harassing me. No, you are harassing me.
by a councillor and her husband.
As you know, the matter is before the courts, and it's the court's responsibility to deal with this now.
There's no clarity at a state level either. It was only a few months ago that State Premier Chris Minns visited and was quick to shut down the prospect of a seawall.
I don't have confidence, any confidence, that the erection of a seawall wouldn't have devastating impacts for the rest of the beach.
Leaving a community desperate, divided and in limbo.
Yeah, I don't think he has a brain. This is council for
We
you.
were told the only way you will get this is if you follow these rules of engagement on your land at your cost.
We've invested too much time, energy and money and emotional energy into this project to let it fall through. There has to be a solution for Wombrel Beach. People see a seawall as a vertical, ugly concrete structure and it doesn't have to be that.
They definitely need to do something because that will collapse
the future
at
of
some
homes
point.
at Wombrel and North Entrance hang in the balance. 90 kilometres south on Sydney's northern beaches, it's been almost a decade since Collaroy experienced a similar event. In 2016, a catastrophic storm ripped away homes and front yards, and 5 years later, this 7-metre high vertical seawall was built.
These now iconic images of Sydney's northern beaches seen around the world as homes teetered on the edge of the ocean.
Goodness gracious.
This was a megastorm which won't be easily forgotten. The wind, the tide, the waves all joined forces to slice away at the cliff edge, changing this part of the coastline forever.
For beachfront resident Gary Silk, it's a poignant memory.
There's a cabana next door to us, and that just gently rolled and slid down into the sea, just like
I mean,
a
I
ship
didn't
being
think this was so
Residents
serious
acted
thing,
quickly.
guys. I thought it
In
was just going to be a
2017, Gary
2-minute
joined
video.
9 other homeowners who
But it is
sought
kind
advice
of
for a rock
concerning. I
retaining
mean,
wall and lodged a DA with Northern
You
Beaches
don't want
Council.
to. You don't want to build a
In
house right next to the
2021,
coast and it have a
in our
sink
case, it cost
10 years
people
later.
about,
I mean, I don't think it's a good investment.
$200,000 for the wall, and I've got to say, I was only saying to someone the other day, it's the best money we've ever spent.
But the
Yeah.
situation at Collaroy proves there is no simple solution. Locals say another wall build close by has adversely affected the beach.
You may as well be lying on sand in prison. It's a ridiculously stupid edifice that was unnecessary.
Coastal engineer Angus Gordon says while a rock revetment worked for some properties, this type of vertical seawall should never have been built.
It's brutalist engineering from last century, and as such, we know enough to know that that's not the way to go. It was the wrong solution. The beach has suffered ever since. Even this
I
year,
could use a
just
different
this calendar year,
solution.
we've seen 5 occasions.
I
where
mean,
you
there's
couldn't
got to be a
get along the
solution
beach
what
in front of
works
that
for the
wall
beach
because
and
waves
the
were breaking
homeowners.
against it.
He's
You just
called
got to
for the
work it
state
out.
government to invest in sand nourishment, claiming up to 3 million cubic metres is needed for Collaroy and Narrabeen beaches alone. But the question remains, who foots the bill?
That's one of the issues.
Obviously,
is to
the
work out who's
government.
to pay. Where is it to come from is actually relatively simple. All you have to do is to look at Queensland and look at the Gold Coast.
We need to get on the front foot, we need to get the sand, and we need to learn how to manage it. Other countries do this magnificently. We're not a dumb country, but we're acting as though we are.
Over the border in
Oh, no,
southeast
we are
Queensland,
he's
leading
right,
engineer
we are
Angus
acting a
Jackson
bit
believes
stupid.
New South Wales has the wrong approach.
They've moved from the state being responsible for coastal management to they've pushed that down the line to local authorities who are the least resourced. The minister can demand a coastal management program, they call it now, from each council. And that goes through a process, but at the end the council has to fund it.
In New South Wales, coastal management is
Yes,
considered
they
a
do.
council responsibility. Councils are expected to prepare plans and come up with funding. In Queensland, the state government heavily
Goodness
subsidises
gracious,
the
I left
cost
my,
and takes direct
Discord
responsibility for major nourishment and coastal
gone.
protection.
Oh, well.
This was apparent when Cyclone Alfred ripped through Main Beach on the Gold Coast earlier this year. The city dredged nearly 1 million cubic metres of sand to stabilise the ocean wave.
All right, now I'm getting to
Queenslanders
understand.
have been hit before.
So these
a
are
long
more
time ago
spit,
and understand the value
used bits,
of
which I should
protecting
probably
and
focus
managing those
more on
beaches.
in this
One
morning
beach in New South
stories.
Wales that has seen
So I can
state
move on to Sky
investment
News
is
because there are
Newcastle's
some
Stockton
stuff I
Beach,
want to read
granted
up on.
$21 million for a sand
Which I should
renourishment
have done
program.
earlier.
We have
last
got
yesterday.
reasonably successful projects, pilot projects that are up and running in Newcastle, and we believe that we can apply them at scale here at Wombrel as well.
But it's not one size fits all. Coastal and ocean geoscientist Michael Kinsella says the solution for one beach won't be the same for another.
We're at the point now where we need to make some really smart decisions about how we manage the coastline. For sand nourishment to completely absorb the impacts of storms, there needs to be a lot of sand on that beach and constantly.
What's clear is there's no overnight fix for this problem. The New South Wales government estimates some 75,000 properties and over 3,000 kilometres of road around our foreshore
Just trying to
may be
think,
exposed
what
to
could they do?
inundation from storm surges if sea levels rise by 1 metre. The most recent projections predict levels will rise rapidly on the Central Coast, more than 1 metre by the year 2100. The State Environment Minister and Minister for Recovery
There's a lot of water,
declined to
boys
be part
and
of the
girls.
story.
That's a lot of water.
We have a problem of coastal squeeze, where we have hardened foreshore areas, development in dunes, and there's a very narrow space for the natural beach system to exist.
It's like the North Entrance. Someone drowns out the front of that surf club tomorrow. Like, who's responsible? It's not the surf club, it's not the owners, it's council and government that are looking the other way because the problem's difficult to solve.
That's what the government does. I am not shocked to hear that, guys. Governments are useless in the sense of the word. Is that it? That's it for that one. Oh, let's go back.
We'll continue to look at this issue. As I said, I think many Victorians...
Actually, this one I want to watch, guys. Jeff Kennett says Victoria is fucked. Okay, this is my state, guys, so I'm going to watch this too. So I like watching these, see what they're going on, what's going on locally. I am going to check a bit more on the international stuff, a little bit. Probably about 10, 15 minutes. So we're going to keep watching these. These are more opinions and things like that, and my opinions will get added into it. So, Jeff Kennett was one of the, well, a long time ago, he was a premier of Victoria. He didn't do a great job, to be honest. He did some good jobs, but some bad jobs. He had to do some tough decisions, if I remember correctly. But I was a kid when he was in power, so I'm a bit phasey. So anyway, let's see what's going on.
Including me, have finally decided enough is enough. As Andrew told us there, he's never seen Melbourne as dangerous as it is right now.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely right.
So angry.
It's dangerous. I'm not going to lie, guys. Every time I catch a train to the city, there's always some loser having a cry, or he's just being, causing trouble.
As the former Premier Jeff Kennett become, he penned a scathing Herald Sun column this week, and last night went further on air, describing the city he loves as being effed. He agreed to sit down with Sky News. I interviewed him earlier today in his office and started with asking the man who was Premier for 9 years if it was a bit over the top using the F word.
Yes, probably.
Do you feel that strongly that you had to use that word?
I cannot tell you how frustrated, disappointed...
Man, he's really aged, guys.
I am at where we find Victoria today. I mean, we have so many things going for us as a state and as a country, and yet we are financially going down the gurgle very quickly, which is affecting all of our services. But worse, we've now got this lack of focus on actually addressing this lawlessness, which has almost become a competition between some of our young today, at great personal risk and price to people. So, am I frustrated? Yes. Should I have used the word? Probably not. But no, I shouldn't have used the word.
You and I are both old enough to remember a campaigning Herald Sun.
Yeah, Melbourne's very different than what it was a number of years ago, guys. When I was growing up, the city was so much smaller.
Of Labor. This, I think, is Labor's ground zero on crime. You are...
Labor, listen, guys, we all know Labor's very left. I think they're doing the wrong thing. As we all know, I focus more on the middle than left or right. Lately, I've been more on the right because what's going on in the US, and it's even starting to show up in Australia and UK and a few other countries. So I generally go more to the right these days because they just seem to be more logical, and you don't have a lot of weirdos associated with it. Now, saying that, if you're far right, you could be probably just as bad as the far left. But for the most part, yeah, I think a little bit of right's fine.
I'm most concerned about. You talked in that interview about being afraid of your own safety, afraid of the safety of your grandchildren. I feel exactly the same way. How the hell has the beautiful city of Melbourne, once the most livable in the world, got to this point?
I think, without being overly political, it's because those we've given the opportunity and responsibility to look after our affairs, particularly our safety, have simply not done so. And so we now have a situation where, as I indicated a minute ago, in many ways it's become a competition between these young people out there, part of which I blame on COVID, disruption to education. You've seen the scores at schools, men down lower than ever before, men, young boys, frustrated, no good at...
Yeah, well, there's a whole thing about that too, guys. The attack on men, of being a man and all that, is kind of increasing, especially from the left side, the, what is it called? Femininity? Feminists, the feminist side of things, saying men's ethnicity is too toxic and all that kind of shit. I stopped paying attention to that because I realised, probably about a bit over a year ago. No, it would be a year ago? Let me think. No, it would have been a few months ago. That is bullshit. A man has so much more to offer than that kind of stuff. Is it true men do cause more trouble? Yeah, they do. Sometimes they go way overboard, do things they should not be doing. And you call them out for it. But you don't call every man out for it or woman out for it. That's the state we're in, and it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. We've got to try to work a way out of it.
Employment out there trying to prove themselves. And it's getting worse.
Yes, it is.
Sadly, the government doesn't seem to care. Now, just think about it for a moment. 3 or 4 ingredients. You need a good government focused on your and my safety and our children. You need a police force that has the manpower and the powers. You need legislation to make sure that the judiciary understand what the options are and their freedom of choice and interpretation is limited. Right now, we have a situation where our police force is technically 2,000 under manpower strength. 1,000 less people.
That's
another
actually a
1,000 on
lot
sick
less
leave,
people than I
etc.,
expected.
with another 700 potentially to go before Christmas. The laws do not allow, current laws, do not allow there to be a strict guidance for those magistrates and others, and there should be.
Has the judiciary been politicised?
Oh, it may be, it may not. The point is, the government should make sure they understand what the rules are. So I've come to the point now where I believe the only way through this is not to fix these issues of policing, government and the judiciary. We've got to go for zero tolerance. We've got to change the culture. But it's not going to happen overnight. You can do it over 2 or 3 years. But if anyone commits a crime, there's got to be a consequence.
Yeah.
And importantly, the magistrates do not have a choice as to whether they give bail or not. The only choice I think they should have is whether their interpretation of the crime committed by the individual, partly dependent on their age and the nature of the crime, sends them to a prison farm or to a youth centre or to prison itself. They don't have the opportunity of saying you can go back on the street. And then you've got to give the police the power.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I totally agree with that. I think it's a good idea. So they shouldn't have the option to go back out, because I actually know someone who's in that situation and he just gets released. He should be locked up for freaking ages. The weird thing is, apparently the rumour going around is he could be locked up for years, so...
And you've got to direct the magistrates and the judiciary that we're going to clean this up, but it will take 2 or 3 years.
The police seem directionless. They seem, their morale is shot because they arrest a 15, 16-year-old who's broken into someone's house, armed with a machete. They take them to court and they get a bail. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. We can't live like that because these kids will say, I don't care if I get arrested by the coppers, nothing's going to happen to me.
That's exactly right. And
I agree.
I feel very sorry for our police. I mean, as I say, they're undermanned. There's no
underpowered in
terms of
general.
the law, and the government doesn't care.
Well, we've got a case this morning. Woman goes out to the garage. Her car's packed with her suitcases and passports. She goes back inside to get her children. They were going to the airport to go to Bali. She comes out. Someone's got in the car and driven off.
Well,
why did you leave the car open?
Where is our government? Why isn't our government protecting us? Why isn't our government changing the laws as a matter of urgency? So some of these changes they're introducing, whether it's looking after our children's interests in childcare centres, doesn't come into effect till next year.
Machetes, you're not allowed to carry them, but you can until September 1.
Yeah, and then if you've committed a
yeah,
crime...
they should be planning a period, just
having committed, you can throw it in
give them a
over
week
here.
and then just say no more.
$300,000 on 40 bins.
Whatever.
I mean, this is madness.
Took them too long to do it.
Using the F word, it's madness.
It's worse than madness because it's affecting people's lives, it's taking lives, but it's actually affecting people's lives potentially for the rest of their life. In other words, you live in fear. This is not Victoria. This should not be Australia.
You and I are lucky, we're in our 70s. I mean, we've seen the best of it, but so many people of our age, when you talk to them, say, I'm going to get out of Victoria. I'm not staying here. Yeah. I mean, when you add up, the new emergency services levy, land tax, all of that. I mean, when you got elected Premier way back, you realised that there was a huge debt. And you actually put a small charge on money going in and out of your bank account. And you said, I'll leave it on there until we pay off our debts.
Until we can get back into surplus, not till we paid off our debt. But and that wouldn't work today because the debt is heading towards $200 billion. So,
but you were prepared
shit,
to
that's a lot of money, $200 million, or $1 billion, sorry.
Doesn't seem to care. They're borrowing money without any sense of obligation to those who are going to follow. You and I'll get through our lives. Our children, our grandchildren won't. They'll have to bear that. But right now, our security is at risk. We're not living in a third world country. We're living in Australia. And the government doesn't care. So, yes, I was frustrated, and I publicly apologise for using the word, but that's how I feel. I am so pissed off.
Well, you're right to be.
Yeah, I don't disagree with him. I think it makes more sense than it sounds, because I don't even aware, and I don't like this person at all.
How is that humanly possible?
It doesn't worry me at all. I think if people were going into the polling booths to cast their vote, you'd get a very different result.
Crime's going to keep rolling. Yeah, crime is going to be a big issue, guys. And that's one of the things that's actually going to probably make me how I'm going to vote for the next election, because it's crime is too high, let's be honest. I don't know if you live... I live in Victoria and I live in the state, so that's why you always see me put some stuff up early on. So once we hit about... I'll probably get another episode or two and then we'll move on. There's something a bit more... something else I want to watch that's from the States.
Who's going to teach our children? Or are we going back to a situation where our teachers will teach from home and our children will be at home? That was the cause, the lockdown, and so much of this violence today. Jacinta has thought of something that seems popular, but is an absolute disaster.
And she can't even do it.
Well, she can't even... Well, but she may or may not. But she's not introducing legislation until next year, and so she can have the argument all the way up to the election. They haven't thought it through, but they don't care. It's all about them. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about our grandchildren.
Sad. Jeff Kennett, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I think he's right. Let's get back. Anything else? Don't care about some of these major... Oh, I like this one, guys. This is something a bit more light-hearted, but apparently something
This
useful.
week, millions of Aussie homes will get access to faster internet for free.
The NBN has brought in speedy upgrades across the country. So how will it work? Today tech expert and expert
I don't know if I'll
things.
call him an expert, guys. I think he's an idiot, but okay.
Trevor Long joins us now to explain. All right, so what's happening here?
So basically, anyone that's on the faster speed plans, your speed today and over the next week is just getting faster, and you don't have to do a thing, you don't have to change anything. So the example here is if you're on the 100 meg speed, your speed will go to...
So I don't even know which one I'm on, but I think I'm on the 100 megabits. So I got up to 500. Okay, I didn't realise they're getting that speed up. But that's not really going to help me. I mean, it should be based on the IP.
500. So it's 5 times faster. If you're on the 250, you'll go to 700. Wow. And there's even a new 2,000 megabit plan, so 2 gigabit speed. So that's super nerdy, but it just shows the capability of the network. And basically, this has all been done at the wholesale level. So NBN's done this, so the telcos have no extra cost to pass on. So we all pay the same amount, but we get faster speeds.
Anything that looks free, I'm dubious about.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I don't blame you.
There's nothing to be dubious about here. In fact, I would argue you could potentially save money because people that were paying for the 250 meg plan, they might have been paying $120 a month. You're now getting $750. But if you ring your telco today and go down a plan, maybe you'll spend $20 a month less. You'll still get double what you were getting last month. So it's a good time to just kind of take a step back and go, what am I paying for? What do I need? And what's the speed
How I
that
should
we
do
can
it.
get at our home? And if you don't have access to these speeds, you should start looking around and go to the NBN
God
website
damn.
and check your address to see if you can get
I'll have
the
to check out
fibre
my Dodo
upgrade,
plan,
which will mean
guys.
You can get all these gangbuster speeds.
So, but what do we have to do anything really?
You don't have to do anything, but the big concern I've got is that people will get these extra speeds or want these extra speeds, but then they'll do a speed test at home and it'll be rubbish because you've still got that modem that you were given 8-10 years ago from your internet provider.
Upgrade it.
Which is where this comes in. Your Wi-Fi at home, the internet that you have on your TV and your mobile phone is only as good as the Wi-Fi you have at home. So you can buy the best internet coming to the brick wall of your home, but this is what matters. So for $200, you can
the
get
gateway,
a Wi-Fi
basically.
7 modem here from Netgear. This is the Amazon Eero, a little over $500.
also super expensive.
And this is kind of the mid-range top end. $1,000 for the Netgear Orbi. So this is 3 systems. So you put one with.
I'll
your
probably
NBN
get the
box
second one,
and the 2
guys. The
others
second
throughout
one's
the
not
home,
bad.
and they create a dome of Wi-Fi over your whole home, which means the speed that you're paying for.
Goodness gracious,
is
guys.
the
I might have to go
speed that you
toilet
get
soon.
everywhere
Any
in the
good
home.
deals out there as well?
Couple of good deals. Now the thing is, you can shop around. You can switch NBN providers today. And it's very easy to do. And there's a lot of introductory plans, so 6-month plans. So the deal's on the screen now. You're talking about $65
I'm definitely going to look at my Dodo. I want to see what Dodo has, if they have anything good.
Tangerine, pretty similar, around $70. But that price is only for 6 months. For an indicator, Aussie Broadband's similar speeds, about $95 a month is what you'll pay ongoing. So good deals out there if you're willing to switch around and get those introductory plans. And then in 6 months...
I can't say no to that for Australia, at
What
least.
do you have in your lair?
I have Aussie Broadband, I have a Netgear Orbi, and I have 1,000 megabit speeds.
Oof. It feels so fast. I mean, what do you,
know.
like
It's you know what, I don't think I need it, but it means that the kids can stream on every... We've got more TVs in our home than people.
Yeah.
So it does mean that everyone can stream on any device and there's no fights or arguments.
Oh, that's fair enough. Let's go do that. Don't care. Don't care. Oh, okay. So there's new measurements. This is something interesting. This is something that's going in Australia. I might finish up after this one, guys. I don't think there's anything really exciting now. So Tuesday, yeah, so I'll stop there.
Social media networks will be asked to shut down teenage accounts under new rules released by the government to police its world first
Yeah, I think I
ban.
heard about this earlier
Live
today,
now to
or
Today
yesterday. I don't
Politics
know,
reporter
remember
Liz
when.
Daniels at Parliament House. Liz, platforms have been put on notice.
Yeah, and the onus is on them, Jane, to police this under-16 social media ban, or they face fines of up to $49 million. Here are the guidelines. Social media companies must take reasonable steps to detect and shut down underage accounts.
That makes
They must prevent
sense.
teenagers
I
from
mean, I'm not sure if
re-registering
it's the right
and
way of
provide
doing
a
this, but I
portal for
do understand
users
why they're
to
doing it.
lodge reviews. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram are also being told to take a layered approach to their age verification technology. That means
But I think it's
not
necessary
only
too,
checking
because there are a lot of
documents,
weird
but
things going on
also
in the internet.
using facial
And I think it's a
scans
bit too young for
and
people to
tracing
be
a
on.
user's online
I mean, I think
footprint.
16 is a bit old, personally. I think it should have been 13, 14.
Guinea this morning, and he will join the show this hour.
Considering YouTube can be
Okay,
useful
Liz, thank
in
you.
certain
Well,
things.
Australia's social media ban is
But I don't think anyone's going to pay much attention to it. Okay, that's done. We've already done all that, guys. Then we're moving on to something else. So let's go to I think it's playlist. I think I've got it under watch later. No, show up. Oh, I'm going to watch this one, guys. This is something that from the Sky News. So they're talking about how lefties are losing it the week that changed the world. So I'm not actually sure what this is about. I haven't watched it. Goes for about 24 minutes, 26 minutes. So we're going to have a long wait.
Good evening and welcome to a program devoted entirely to lefties losing it. And I regret to inform you that...
I mean, here's the thing, guys. I'm not left or right. I am where I think my morals stand. Now, here's the problem with the left. The left are like, extreme left. I don't mean like a little bit up-centered. But the left themselves are just weird people. They got, I don't know. It's just, I can't agree with them. That's why I'm a bit more right these days. I mean, some policies I prefer from the left, but a lot of the policies these days I think I'm more right because I think it's just more correct for me. Just what I feel.
Weapon grade crazy is extra toxic this week because two deranged individuals have come together to spew insane lies. It's lefty losing it Hall of Famer Rosie O'Donnell and former CNN chief White House correspondent Jim Acosta. They are now reduced to this. Let's start with Mad Banshee Rosie's...
Here we go. This is going to be good.
Who else but Donald Trump?
He paid $1 billion to Jeffrey Epstein over the time of their friendship. $1 billion. You know, before he brings more...
I don't even know the truth about that.
Brown-skinned people, before he breaks more of the Constitution apart, before he starts having people get killed, we have to do something, America.
No, I don't.
He agrees. Jim Acosta agrees. What is she suggesting there, Jim? More acts of violence, more riots, more assassination attempts?
I was going to say.
Let's not forget, Jim Acosta served
She's getting to the point, guys. She's really quick.
Correspondent for years. But even he flinches here when Rosie calls the US president a pedophile. This is incredible. And Rosie, I hope for your sake, Donald Trump doesn't sue you for this slander, though you richly deserve it.
Wake up. Yeah. Wake up. Our president is a serial pedophile rapist, and that's what he is.
When?
In America, you're allowed to have an opinion.
Oh my God, when did he do that? I don't remember ever doing that. I mean, he may be related to, or not related, close to the scene stuff, but I don't remember him being a rapist. I think she's just making it up, and this is the problem I have with the left. They just make things up sometimes. I mean, I know Trump does. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say Trump's Mr. Angel, but yeah. In this case,
you're allowed to say what you think. That's what our country was founded on.
I'm going to get a drink, guys. I'm thirsty.
Oh, dear Rosie, you
I'll
are
be right back.
To an opinion, but you're not entitled
I'll
to
let it go
sick,
because
delusional
it'll only be a few
fantasies
minutes.
when they involve defamation. There are legal remedies for that. Now to a current CNN anchor, Abby Phillips, who is schooled here about Social Security by Ben Shapiro. This is embarrassing.
When you're talking about the government paying, you're talking about Social Security, which is people's money.
Well, it's not the money you pay in.
It's a system that they pay into.
Well, no, yes, but believe me, I pay a lot.
I pay Social Security. I don't know about
I promise you, the amount that people are taking out is not the amount that is going in, which is why we're going bankrupt.
Okay, but it's not the government just handing out a blank check.
No, it's the government borrowing money to pay. Well, you pay in X dollars, and then you get multiple times X dollars when you retire. That is how the system works. It is not a lockbox.
Now to another former CNN anchor who's now producing their own online content, Don Lemon. Here he is with Democrat beta boy Harry Sisson, and they're coming to save democracy. While we're on Don Lemon, did he put his foot in it with Democrat Sarah McBride, who is a man who identifies as a woman?
This is my car. I'm heading back to Delaware.
It is, dude. Do you have a Hemi in here? What is it?
This is a beautiful Chevy Equinox, American made.
You got a whole closet back there.
Dude, that's a misgender if I ever heard one. Straight to re-education camp for you, Don. And sticking with Don, he is out there trying to save democracy, he calls it, trying to whip up fear about Trump's law and order crackdown. But here a Maryland woman explains what happened to her family because of the lawlessness that's happening in big cities.
My husband was murdered 2 years ago, and nothing was ever done.
Murder where? At home?
Right out in front of her house.
Sorry?
It was a carjacking gone wrong, and they shot him in his head. Killed him instantly, so... But again, our lovely mayor didn't do nothing.
Did they ever find the perpetrator?
Nope.
So you want to see it?
Yes, I want justice.
You want justice, and you would like to see the troops here at the National Guard?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Poor Don is not having much luck on the street. Here he is in New York City.
How you doing, sir? Can we talk to you? Where are you from? You live in New York?
Who are you?
Don Lemon.
You're a moron, dude.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, that's very nice of you to say. Except you've never heard anything I've had to say, and I've heard a whole bunch of what you've
I'm glad you watch me.
No, I don't.
Why?
But you just get clipped everywhere.
I know, but why don't you? You said you don't watch me, but you know who I am, and I get clipped.
Sorry, guys, I had to get a drink. I'm thirsty, okay?
Every once in a while,
I'm thirsty.
I watch all sorts of stuff.
Give me a second. I'm going to be doing something in a second on my other window, so you might see me.
Now imagine you are in the great outdoors, enjoying the fresh air, enjoying the scenery, taking your dogs for a walk when this happens.
Great. I can go on here. All right. So give me a second, guys. I'll be doing something. What's this woman on about?
You walked up to me.
Oh dear, all that because that poor guy had purebred dogs, so she was triggered because they weren't adopted, she assumed. Now, if you thought that woman had exhausted her reserves of crazy and indignant rage, well, you'd be wrong. So wrong.
Who are you talking to? Help me, please! Please get this guy away from me! Touch me, I will knock you out. You attack me, I have a right to defend myself. Okay, listen.
What?
Get away from me now. This guy is harassing me. Look at his bred dogs. Look at what an unethical piece of this guy. That's his mom. He has to have bred dogs because he has a small penis.
You know, when people act that
You're a
crazy,
weirdo. You're a fucking weirdo.
Something. Kind of how I felt when I saw this resurfaced vision of California Governor Gavin Newsom.
I've been on a journey like most people, feeling great, feeling stressed, feeling doubtful. The last 2 days, I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe the dust settling after Madison Square Garden. Seen how that went, kind of a roller coaster. But sometime in the last few days, and I'm telling you that Des Moines registered vote and young men, where Trump has put so much time and energy and sort of bro culture, like everything else, they don't vote at those numbers. And I think suburban women generally, I think it's reflected perhaps in that poll. There's something going on.
There was something going on, all right. Good Lord, do take it easy on the disco treats, as the kids say.
Oh,
now,
God
somehow
damn
we
it.
overlooked this charmer earlier in the year. Here is a lefty lady losing it because a Christian preacher dared to hold and share views she disagreed with.
You piss me the off. Okay. You don't belong here. This hateful doesn't belong here. And all of y'all that believe it,
Shut up, chubby. Oh my God, I think you need to go to another country and go white camp. Because you look so big, you piece of shit.
I don't let that.
Doesn't matter, you came here in a public area.
Okay, so should I break the camera then?
Give me a break.
They always resort to violence or threats of violence, don't they? Let's give this
Yeah, I noticed.
lovely lass another chance, though. I'm sure she can make an argument without resorting to threats and violence. Here she tells a Christian preacher he's not really Christian because he's against abortion.
And I have no problem.
Am I against abortion? Probably not. I don't think it's the worst idea.
You're anti-abortion for one. It has nothing to do with you. Are you a woman?
No, I'm not.
Do you have a no?
But in 2025, I could identify as it. You wouldn't be able to tell me otherwise.
Oh, so you're
Okay.
anti-trans too. You just told me that.
Anyways, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna ignore it. You want to go to jail?
Time to check in with Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who is, for some reason, dressed like Prince here, and she wants you to know that she is a very serious lawmaker, but she's also ready to throw hands.
I want y'all to know that every day that I walk in those halls, regardless of whatever rhetoric they put out about me, I am a very serious lawmaker. At the same time, if you try me, you will find out. I just want to be clear about that because I am truly a black woman at the same time.
Here, Jasmine shows us what a serious thinker she is. She says this out
All
loud
right,
on
guys,
television
I'm
that
doing
law
something. I forgot what I was
enforcement
doing.
isn't there to prevent crimes. It's hard to fathom how idiotic this is, but it's Jasmine.
Law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening, per se.
Now, last night we spoke about the media's
True, I guess.
shameful silence on a horrific murder in North Carolina because it does not fit their preferred narratives. The brutal murder of a young Ukrainian woman would have never been properly exposed if not for platforms like X, and that has upset the likes of CNN potato Brian Stelter. He appears more horrified by the outrage about this murder than the crime itself.
The energy from pro-Trump activists. They picked up on this video from local news and ran with it. It's a little bit like the times when civil rights groups have raised attention about police-involved shootings. In this case, it is Trump-aligned.
Oh, I'm asking guys on Discord, what's more important, these videos or my game videos? If my game videos work, I probably will cut these down a bit. I might even cut them out altogether. I don't know yet. I do enjoy doing this, but if my community doesn't enjoy it, then what's the point? I gotta do what my community wants, not what I want.
Stoking fear of African Americans because this man attacked a white woman. The open racism on sites like X today, it's eye-popping.
And we're going to have some shameful antics from CNN shortly. You will not believe how low they
how is it racist?
Let's start tonight with the leader of the free world.
I'm confused how they're talking about this. This is so much.
President Trump was at Joe's Stone Crab.
So now I know what she's talking about, guys.
VP JD Vance, Marco Rubio was there, Pete Hegseth.
Alright. He's popular, guys. I'm not a big fan of Trump, but I don't hate him or
It
anything.
wasn't long until the
I
usual
definitely don't
suspects
want
were
him shot.
ruining everyone's delicious crab meals with their crazed screeching about freeing DC, freeing Palestine, and they were also calling President Trump Hitler. Watch the president walk towards them as they made spectacles of themselves, now international spectacles.
Enjoy your dinner.
Oh, God. Everywhere you go, there's some people having a cry. Do I think he's doing a perfect job and everything? No. I think he's killing his country.
Now, here
Other
is
than that, I don't think he's doing a
diabolically
terrible
dull
job.
women in that clip. If Trump was Hitler, if he was a modern-day dictator, you would never be seen again. You think you can scream insults to, I don't know, Xi Jinping or Kim Jong-un? If you did, you'd be in a labour camp or dead in quick time. Now to a delightful clash between Tucker Carlson and billionaire and dimwit Mark Cuban. Yes, he's both. Unusual
Oh, here we go.
combination,
This
I know.
sounds good.
Here they are
I'm
discussing
just
funding
enjoying
for
watching these
Ukraine.
guys. I mean, I'm debating if I should just focus more on stream games. and make these like these more
So
videos.
how much money have you sent to Ukraine? None. Oh, so what do you mean by we? You're the one whose family's from Ukraine. Like, why don't you send them $1 billion?
So I just like talking about this kind of
Why
stuff.
don't you
It's
fix their
fun.
healthcare if you're like so deep? If you think we need to help, why don't you start? How about you first? I notice that's never like even an option for anybody. It's like, we need to help. That's not what charity is. Forcing other people to help is not charity. It's vanity.
Love that. We need more Carlson v. Cuban content in our lives. Now to another clash, but this one was very much one-sided despite the best efforts of MSNBC host Mika Brzezinski. Watch How Borders Are Tom Homan demolishes her ridiculous claims and calls out her earlier misleading coverage of ICE operations.
I see on the show this morning you have Governor Healy talking about ICE doing enforcement operations at a church. False. Didn't happen.
They were parked there. They did not do an operation there. She said they were parked in a public space legally.
But to say that and to push that out there puts fear in the immigrant community. So let me tell you
To
what's
do
happening.
that puts fear in the community. To park the ICE agent's vehicle near a church.
Goodness gracious.
She said
They're on a public street waiting to respond to a criminal alien release pulled aside the road. Let me tell you, in the last couple of days, what's happened in Boston. They arrested Victor Gomez Perez, a 33-year-old criminal alien from Guatemala, with charges of aggravated rape, assault and battery with dangerous weapon, indecent assault and battery on a victim 14 years or younger. They arrested Kaylee Espinosa, a 33-year-old criminal alien from Colombia, with charges of aggravated assault on a pregnant victim. They arrested Joshua Gonzalez, a 23-year-old criminal alien from Dominican Republic, with charges for trafficking heroin, morphine, opium, resisting police, disorderly conduct, and drug distribution. They also arrested Samuel Armando Barrera, a 20-year-old criminal illegal alien from Guatemala, pending charges for assault and battery on a child.
See a pattern?
Innocent Americans raped and murdered by people who are not supposed to be here. So rather than going back and forth, say, well, ICE got a car parked near a church.
I kind of agree with him there. I mean,
Ridiculous indeed. But Mika was not done yet. Having hit rock bottom, she decided to start digging.
I would argue that actually the ICE vehicle parked outside a Spanish mass is a frightening sight, given what has happened in this country. I also, with respect, sir, thank you for the information that you have shared on this show, but we would appreciate all of the information, all of it, all of the data that you say you have.
I've done this show several times. Every time on your show, I speak with integrity, I speak with honesty, and I speak with facts. The bottom line is, because of all this false narrative, and you using the term disappearing people,
well,
is
that's
disgusting.
That happened to the group that was sent to El Salvador.
She is determined to make a monumental fool of herself by repeating these debunked Democrat talking points. Even some Democrats, the sensible ones, have stopped making these claims, but not
oh, exactly what she does. It just sounds like it.
Why a lot of these people have been disappeared. You say you have data. We would love to see it. The American people should see this data.
Well, here's the rhetoric again, right? You just meant disappeared. That is a ridiculous thing to say.
Why?
Because ICE is doing the same thing we've done for decades. But because of the last 4 years, ICE wasn't allowed to enforce the law. But we're doing the same thing right now that we did when I started back in 1984. ICE agents are enforcing the laws enacted by Congress.
Actually, I got an idea for a video today, guys, so I might not need to record anything.
Donald Trump of seizing on the murder of a young Ukrainian woman, a murder they had refused to cover until now.
Ukrainian refugees' murder caught on camera. It is absolutely horrific. Trump is now seizing on this to push his nationwide crackdown.
And it gets worse. Have a listen to what CNN anchor Abby Phillip had to say. She seems to be more mad at Charlie Kirk for bringing attention to this sickening crime than the barbaric thug who killed an innocent woman.
When you are mentally ill, you have a hard time knowing that you are mentally ill. But also, I mean, people like Charlie Kirk, Van, they've been looking for opportunities to make this some sort of like reciprocal George Floyd situation. And that's the part that I think he's almost giving away the game. And it's sad to see a lot of people going along with it.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
You know what? I'm almost speechless. Comparing that poor innocent woman to George Floyd is bad enough, but get ready to be truly disgusted. Here is Van Jones.
We don't know why that man did what he did. And for Charlie Kirk to say, we know he did it because she's white, when there's no evidence of that, it's just pure race mongering, hate mongering, it's wrong. Then he says that if something like that had happened the other way, there'd be sweeping changes imposed on society. Where is the George Floyd Policing Act? It didn't pass.
Well, no evidence except the killer saying, I got the white girl, and the fact that he was seated with 5
Okay,
others
so the
around
simple fact he said that actually kind of proves that it was
who
motivated.
he didn't attack, who all happened to be black, but he targeted Irina pretty much as soon as she sat down in front of him. All of this had White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt fuming when she addressed the media earlier today.
Irina Zarutska was stabbed to death on the rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina by a savage career criminal. The most enraging and unacceptable part of this story is that her death was entirely preventable. DeCarlos Brown never should have been on that train that night. In fact, he should have been behind bars. Previously served 5 years in prison for a robbery with a deadly weapon charge, and he had also forforded bonds 3 different times.
I don't know, I think some people need to be executed personally. I think death penalty would be very useful for deterring these retards.
A Democrat judge, who I will add was a supporter.
I mean, even Australia should bring that back, but they'll never do it because they're too soft. Live in a weak country.
He simply had to sign a written promise.
Obviously, don't use it for everything, though.
Think about how crazy it is.
Not a silver bullet.
Career criminal, someone who by definition repeatedly breaks the law, to just sign a written promise and come back again another day. This is madness.
And Caroline Leavitt had a message for those in the media who had refused to cover this shocking murder.
And perhaps most shamefully of all, the majority of the media, many outlets in this room, decided that her murder was not worth reporting on originally because it does not fit a preferred narrative. Many of the journalists in this room spilled plenty of ink trying to smear Daniel Penny for defending a subway car from a deranged lunatic in New York City, but none of those same reporters lift a finger to write stories about an actual murderer. Here's the truth that every American must know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. If it is true, I would be terribly disgusted.
Cashless bail.
Tonight's edition of Lefties will feature some of the ugliness, some of the utter depravity that has followed the murder of Charlie Kirk, a thoroughly decent, principled man brutally murdered today, and the soulless ghouls of the left were quick to celebrate.
And there are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
See, that's your opinion. You don't understand. I think your brain's broken, or maybe you're just retarded. I don't know, but the case may be. But yeah, bad things happen to bad people. He's not even a bad person. I've seen some of his podcasts and information and little lectures he's done there and there. There's nothing there that promotes that much hate. You may not all agree with him. I may not all agree with him. But yeah, there's no way. Now we're gonna continue this, guys, because this girl is fucking killing me. Just looking at her makes me want to vomit. Wants to make me never date another woman again. Let's get it over and done with.
Just got shot. Well, breaking news.
I mean, I wish half of these people get shot.
Folks, seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fantapasta's favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chuckle Kirk.
Can we shoot these people? Can we just line them up and just get rid of these people? Or send them to another country or something? Maybe not shoot them, but at least send them to a country that might have them. I don't know, fucking North Korea. It's just the idea of you celebrating someone's death makes me want to vomit. If this is the world we're growing up in, I am moving to fucking Mars or Venus or bloody even Mercury if I can get a cool spot. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't. Sorry, I can't understand it.
And sadly, the vile left has not been shy about showcasing their ugliness, their utter callous depravity. This is what leftism does to your mind and soul.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
That's terrible. You are a piece of crap.
People are getting shot just off a political view?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today. We're just getting people's opinions. How do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it. And that's how.
You are a douche. This is how all the lefts are, guys. I don't want to be associated with them. No. I can't be associated with hate. You may not like the guy on his views, but no one deserves to die.
I feel at this point in time. But
yeah, I appreciate your honesty. I truly do. So you said someone had to do it.
Yes.
And now you're all over the internet.
He was a
Why do some of these people look like fucking weirdos?
disgusting person with disgusting beliefs.
Enough of that trash. Let's look at how the media professionals covered this tragic event, this act of domestic terrorism. Here is MSNBC.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea.
Yeah, pretty sure we knew immediately it wasn't that. Charlie Kirk supporters don't go around shooting their guns in celebration like they're attending some wedding in Iraq. And of course,
No, well, I was thinking of that. It's just the same thing.
MSNBC had to engage in victim blaming by calling Charlie divisive.
Charlie Kirk is a divisive figure, polarizing, lightning rod, whatever term you want to use. Why?
Well, he's one of MAGA's most prominent voices online. He hosts a near daily podcast.
But that was just stupid. What I'm about to play you is straight out depraved, disgusting commentary. This is Matthew Dowd again on MSNBC. Not long after.
Why is there so much bad people just celebrating people's deaths?
Especially divisive younger figures in this, who is
So weird, guys. I'll never do that. Never celebrate someone dying.
Certain groups, and I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in. That people just you can't stop with these.
I think I've seen these before.
And then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
That was so vile, so hateful, and frankly deranged and dangerous that even MSNBC had to take some action, and they've sacked Matthew Dowd, but it's MSNBC. He may be back before the end of the month. And the asinine commentary wasn't restricted to commentators on MSNBC. Governors joined in. Here is the rotund governor of crime-riddled Illinois, blaming President Trump, the man Charlie Kirk worked tirelessly to re-elect. Governor Pritzker blames Donald Trump for fomenting political violence.
Political violence, unfortunately, has been ratcheting up in this country. We saw the shootings, the killings in Minnesota. We've seen other political violence occur in other states. And I would just say...
I think it's happening everywhere. It's not just your country, dude. It's happening all over the world, I think. It's the West. The West has come completely colluded. Well, places like China and Russia do very well with it because they, dictatorship, and they just murder the people who cause it. We can't just do that, unfortunately.
Who shot children in a Catholic school and wanted to kill Donald Trump. Yeah, it's Trump who was almost killed by an assassin's bullet who is to blame for leftist violence, not these lefties losing it.
He insulted your wife. Yes. He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should punch him in the face, and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death. Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
These people are flipping killing me. I'm watching this and it just shows me how much hatred people have. Alright, we're done here anyway. It's about the end. The last one I want to watch is to set one under it, and then we're going to start moving away from this stuff because I think it's enough. We want to start moving on. There are other things I want to talk about finally.
For my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job.
Say that again?
I was just fired from my job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore.
Okay, I don't know what that's about.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
So you think celebrating a man's death is funny? Well, guess what? People are losing their jobs left and right for doing exactly that. And today...
Yeah, exactly. They deserve it. You shouldn't be making fun of someone's death.
To the person that sent that video to corporate and got me fired, thank you. And I know that everybody
You're welcome.
see this video too, and that's okay. I'm not going to say anything wrong. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, I would have never fucking done that. But it seems like with my life, no matter how hard I fucking try, I end up fucking shut up. But I know that everything happens for a fucking reason.
Dude, you're a piece of shit for assuming that. You're saying it like this. This is how you're celebrating someone's death. You deserve to be fired. End of story, end of conversation.
And I may not know right now what that reason is, but eventually God will reveal that to me. I love...
What the fuck is with her eyebrows? She shaves them, guys. It looks like she shaves them. She looks terrible.
Helping addicts. I love helping people. This job stressed me the fuck out some days, but I didn't care because it was worth it because I was helping people. I have no idea what I'm going to do. My daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that, but I know that I'll figure it out. And if you want to send this video to corporate too, that's fine. But to anybody that creates content, if you work at a treatment facility, if you work in healthcare, watch what you say very carefully because it doesn't...
No offense, but that should be a given. Everyone should know not to say anything willy-nilly. Yeah.
matter if you don't speak somebody's name, just describing a situation is enough to get you fired. I did not know that, but now I sure do now. I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I am trying to follow the path that I thought God had for me and wanted for me.
Oh, God.
But I just keep getting thrown in different ways. Maybe I make stupid decisions, yes, but my intentions are always fucking good.
Here's the harsh reality. We're living in an age where words matter more than ever. And when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, a flood of people jumped online, clapping, laughing, posting snide little memes. They thought that they were invincible behind a keyboard. But now, they're unemployed. A Microsoft diversity officer.
I'm going to say, this girl's pretty cute, to be honest.
Out. Teachers, journalists, writers, even comic book creators like Gretchen Felker Martin. Well, terminated. And the irony? These are the same people who lecture conservatives about hate speech. But when their hate comes out, it's on full display, and it actually costs them their careers. Actions have consequences. And the jokes that they made about Charlie Kirk's death, well, it just became their undoing.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So, I don't. I think he might be a bit arrogant and all that, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, so somebody that passed? It's not propaganda. It's propaganda. I'm sorry. You don't get that good. All right. So, what's your name? I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately,
so they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago.
That's political propaganda, unfortunately.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. Yeah.
My general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you want to speak further on the subject,
about Charlie Kirk ended up on Turning Point UK's Twitter account, so I need to address this because it's all getting a little out of hand. Let me firstly state that I am no longer at the Petticoat Emporium. My stall has been removed. In the neck at his own debate rally. I try to avoid American politics if possible, but I've opened X to a bunch of little bitches crying and whinging about how political violence is never the answer. These people are gunning for politics that is inherently violent to its people. These people are gunning for politics that are inherently violent to a population. To marginalised people, to people who need access to healthcare. This is the same across the West. This isn't just the US. This is England too. I'm sick of this idea that you can't meet violence with violence. If somebody was smacking you in the face in the corner of a room...
Dude, you can't end violence with violence. There's a difference. One, was he shooting you in the face? Did he shoot? Was it the same thing? I mean, did he put a gun to your face? No, he did not. So the argument that you're making right now is irrelevant.
Over and over, you're going to hit them back. You have to. You're not getting out of that unless you do. These people do not care.
Yeah, you defend yourself, obviously, in a situation like that. But this is not the same.
Live or die. They don't. As long as you can work
It's
for them,
not.
make them money,
It's
and once
completely
you're useless,
different.
they don't care. They want you to die. Why is anyone condemning that? Fucking them all. Them all.
All right, y'all, quick pause, because if you're watching this, you're exactly the kind of person who's going to love what I've got in my store. We're talking taste like liberal tears mugs, we the people teas,
Guys,
sexy
I
and
might go
conservative shirts,
toilet.
even a Trump final boss.
Yeah, I'm going to go toilet. I'll let this go because I'll probably go for a few minutes. I've got to go toilet, guys. So I've really got to go bad. So I'll probably be back in a few minutes. I hate it when it happens like this.
Grab a mug, grab a tea,
But you get an idea what's going on. But once we're done here, I don't know what we're doing next. I'm going to be looking into things in the future, see what's better to...
Meet Haley Cardell and
I know a lot of people like the gaming content, so maybe possibility I might put these things more in the background, more of the normal videos, more of the normal video type things and things like that.
This is a person that works
And
in law
do them
enforcement.
like once a day or something. I don't know yet.
Well,
I'll be right back.
A lot of people on this app were making jokes about Charlie Kirk's assassination on social media, and today they are waking up, finding out that they have no jobs and they have been fired or laid off. Well, what did you think was going to happen? Just because you don't agree with what somebody says does not mean that you should be doing stuff like this. It's disgusting. I hope they find the rest of the people that have been making jokes about the situation, and I hope they all lose their jobs. This is a sad world that we're living in.
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them, and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer. And then today, on a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft. After 6 years, building the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department from scratch, I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work, and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought, for an opinion, and you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job?
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And folks, the left just found out the prize is unemployment.
And I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. And we got 7 more confirmed fired.
So I've lost my job. I got called into the office yesterday. I kind of felt like something was off, but they called me in the office yesterday, and after I finished like half through the work, and told me that they could either fire me or I could put a resignation in, but that would look better. But they fired me, or they're getting rid of me because of my TikTok and the book post.
I got me fired from my job. I woke up and told my the shit from the Charlie Kirk shit from yesterday. What the fuck? I gotta pay my rent. What the fuck? Y'all thought y'all was gonna get me fired when y'all did.
After celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk, DC writer Gretchen Felker-Martin has been fired, and DC has canceled the entire new series of Red Hood. She posted some comments that I almost don't want to repeat. Hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie. The first issue dropped of Red Hood on Wednesday, but by Thursday, DC had fired her, canceled the entire run, and even refunded the comic shops for unsold comics. Honestly, this shouldn't be a shock or a surprise. Felker-Martin has a long history of extreme public statements. From 9/11 to Osama bin Laden to the awful stuff she said about J.K. Rowling. So honestly, how did DC not see this coming? DC said her comments promoted hostility and violence, which violated their standards. But the fact that they cold called this disgusting person and got them to write for them should set off some alarm bells about what's coming from DC. Bottom line, Red Hood is dead on arrival, and now DC's cleaning up a mess they should have seen from a mile.
You got people on TikTok crying, I was just fired from my job. I have nothing left. I can't pay for my daughter's college. Well, maybe, just maybe, mocking a man's assassination, maybe it wasn't the best move. These same people push cancel culture every single day, digging through old tweets, demanding firings, celebrating when conservatives lose sponsorships. But the second the sword swings their way, oh, suddenly they're the victim. Suddenly it's all about free speech. It's about how it's not fair, about how opinion shouldn't cost your livelihood. Give me a break. You can't champion cancel culture on Monday through Friday and then cry victim on Saturday when it knocks on your door. That's not injustice. That's karma.
Because I think there's...
Greg, come here. Greg, hold on for a second. Charlie Kirk was just shot on the college campus in Utah. Did you see what I just saw? Is it bad? Okay. Charlie Kirk was just shot at his campus in Utah. Why are you laughing? He is my friend. Your first reaction is to Charlie Kirk is a and you're smiling, and you laughed that my friend just got shot. You had the audacity to laugh? If you think shooting Charlie Kirk is justified because you disagree with his political opinions, you need to study your heart. Abortion culture has led to a desensitizing of our nation, where we think we can shoot political enemies, and we think it's justified. Do you guys think it's justified or a good thing that Trump got shot? Did you guys laugh? Charlie was shot in the neck, by the way. And you're laughing and clapping for it. What you all did, you're laughing. So today when we were setting up, someone said, those babies, kill them all. That's what, and you laughed again.
Episode 2 of Let's Make These People Famous for the vile comments they have made about Charlie Kirk's unaliving. I don't care what political party you are a part of, this is never okay. We have a lot of these, so buckle up. This is Melissa Cook, and she made this vile comment here saying, he is a terrible human being. Terrible. I do not wish blank on anyone, but him not being here is a blessing. She works for the school district right here at CCSD Panthers. They have made this statement addressing it, but nothing has yet to be done about this woman. Pause to read. This one right here is Stasia Sumter. She allegedly works for the Knoxville Community School District, specifically at West Elementary. She is a special education teacher, and this is her profile. She made this comment here saying, I normally would say till I see you again, so since I never wish to see you again, to you, I say goodbye. Then made this comment here saying, bye-bye, a-hole. This is Zachary Stewart. He is Assistant Director of Admissions at Hampshire College. They have actually made a comment about what he has said, just saying that his comment does not reflect their values. He said, I'll say this once about Charlie Kirk. The man was not going to say all those words. I will never mourn the loss of a man like that, ever. The only people I feel bad for is his children, simply because they will have to reckon with that kind of person he was. He was a horrendous human being. To be honest, I can't say his name. I think it's Whiny Bullock. He made this comment today saying, America became greater today. There, I said it. He allegedly works for the Greenville County Schools. They have yet to make a statement about his comment. This is Gerald Burgett, I think. He's the lead writer for Sons the Phoenix Sports. And they have made a comment we'll look at, but he said, truly, I don't care if you think it's insensitive or poor timing or decline to respect an evil man who died. Too many of you are more concerned about being polite and appearing to be good people rather than showing some backbone and standing on principle to condemn hate. He also made these two comments here. Pause to read them. Phoenix Sports says, we have addressed this matter and with the individual and made the decision to part ways. There's a lot more where this came from, so stay tuned for part 3. I was just fired from my job. So, follow me. I don't know. Like this video, give me a follow, and stay tuned for more content because it is coming. It is coming.
At Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro was fired for remarks.
Sorry guys, I was just speaking about a few things while I was on the call.
Yeah, the MTSU
took me longer to get
issued
back
a
than I
statement
expected.
saying
It
an
should be able
employee
to finish this
offered,
soon
quote,
anyway.
inappropriate and callous comments on social media concerning the horrific and
Oh, where are we
tragic
up to?
murder of Charlie
Oh shit,
Kirk.
I already have 16 minutes.
MTSU says the comments were inconsistent with their values.
I
and
did
have
see some of it while I was in
undermined
there.
the university's
while I was
credibility and
watching it.
reputation. The employee was immediately fired. Their
I'm thinking,
role at
guys,
the
putting
university
this as a
was not
pure
released.
game. Like,
Matthew Dode made
I've been
comments that
looking at
were
all different
inappropriate,
kind of channels.
insensitive, and unacceptable.
I'm going
We
to look on the
apologize for
algorithm and
statements,
see
as has he.
on
There is
my
no place
channel
for
which one
violence
does
in
well.
America,
It's
political
going to be the
or
game,
otherwise.
so I'm going to have
And
to
tonight,
stick with
President
them.
Donald Trump also called out anyone
Which is
making
great
comments
because
demonizing those who
it'll make
disagree
my
with him
life much
politically.
easier.
It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
That's right. No
Completely
room for that.
right.
Again, Fox Digital reporting that MSNBC has fired political analyst Matthew Dode over his inappropriate comments today.
Thousands of people have gone online celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and many of them are now losing their jobs. Many of the people you've seen cheering on the passing of Charlie Kirk
They deserve to lose their jobs. They're pieces of shit. I mean, come on, seriously, you're celebrating someone's death. What kind of people are you?
started with this man who just moments after Charlie Kirk was struck, right in front of him, was cheering on video that Charlie Kirk was hit. Then you have this woman who was a nurse going on TikTok celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and now people have found out where she works and are talking to her employers. This man who wrote this entire statement here is actually in the military, and people have already alerted Pete Hegseth, who is essentially this man's boss, and will probably be trying to do something about it. You have another woman who is a 2nd and 3rd grade teacher's aide who was posting about that she wished she would have heard of another obituary talking about Donald Trump, but instead she would settle for Charlie Kirk. And this man, probably the most prominent person to be fired after their comments on Charlie Kirk was Matthew Dowd, who was actually working at MSNBC and went on air saying some absolutely terrible things. But more and more of these videos are coming out, and more of these people are going to be losing their jobs.
Shocked. I was like, somebody actually posted this.
A Barrington teacher tonight put on paid leave after parents say the teacher posted inappropriate comments on social media about the shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
No remorse, no nothing. It was more so, oh, he got what was coming for him.
Parents say the post in question was a TikTok video. It's since been taken down, but parents we spoke with still saw it.
It was a post of a male teacher who is saying
I don't know, guys.
Barrington Superintendent Chris Ashley first announced the school's actions to parents over email before addressing the issue again at tonight's school committee meeting.
We will be conducting an outside investigation into this.
There's a lot of weirdos out there. I mean, this is... I'm going to end probably after this one, guys. I don't the stream, I mean like this chapter. I'm going to move on.
During public comment tonight.
Having the most evil.
So I'm going to make a video right after this, actually, doing while I'm streaming.
Disgusting.
I want to talk about something for the channel, guys, because I've been doing a lot of videos and a lot of things. I want to see what works, what doesn't, so I can focus on what works. Now, I did a stream earlier today. I was playing Forza Horizon, and that killed it today. I got like 4, 6 people at once.
And I asked the school committee.
It's not bad considering I only got 31 survivors. So there's a good chance I might be focusing back to my original thing, which is basically Let's Plays. Pure Let's Plays. Basically nothing else other than maybe a few vlogs there and maybe some other little community stuff. So I think that'll be a good process because one, it's easy to do. One, I only got to do one stream a day. And yeah. And I can do longer streams because I don't have to worry about doing the second one.
I mean, ironically, the moment he did a shot, what is he doing?
What the hell is this person? She looks like a friggin'...
About mass shootings, comparison to gang violence in a dismissive way. Tell me that wasn't Karma doing her finest work. Yeah, I'll praise the shooter. He did good.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and my name is currently first on a website claiming to expose Charlie Kirk's murderers. You might be wondering how I got here. I'm kind of wondering that too. I already told this story to Wired, but let me tell it to you now in my own words. Because for the last 2 days, I've been getting messages like this, nonstop, claiming to know where I live and saying they're coming for me. Now, what did I say to deserve all of this? Let's go to the website and read the screenshots that they included of me celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. I said I was terrified to think of how far-right fans of Kirk, aching for more violence, could very well turn this into an even more radicalizing moment. Will they now believe their fears have been proven right and feel they have a right to retaliate regardless of who actually was behind the initial shooting? That analysis came from the fact that I am an experienced journalist who has extensively covered right-wing extremism. That's also why, by the way, a lot of people hate me and want to shut me up. And I was immediately proven right. Many far-right personalities are using this as an excuse to agitate and retaliate against their political enemies. That includes former...
This is why I don't go to far right or far left, guys. I go what I think's important.
Conservative leader Andrew Scheer, because this is where it all started for me. The hate massively escalated when former conservative leader and sitting currently conservative MP Andrew Scheer took my words and called me twisted and said I have so much hate in me. Pierre Poilievre's wife also boosted this post. Then things got even worse when I got a DM from a friend of mine telling me about this website. She sent me the link, and at first I thought she must have sent me the link to the direct post about me on this website. But then I double checked the link and I realized this was the homepage. My name was first. And then things exploded. The flood of threats turned into a tsunami. And as it escalated, I shared that I was scared. Then several massive American right-wing accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers took a screenshot of that and shared it saying I deserved it, without showing what I actually said. And suddenly I was like the face of people celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder, even though that literally never happened. And it's made the last 48 hours of my life a living hell. Every single person who's ever disliked me is using this as a chance to get their pound of flesh. But this is the part I really want you to hear. It's not just me. There are tons of people listed on this site who aren't public figures, who have never dealt with this before, and I am terrified for them. Some of the posts on this website are private messages. People are snitching on folks in their lives. And if they've received what I've received in the last 48 hours, which I'm sure they have,
That is pathetic. I mean, the word pathetic never means anything more than now.
I'm so worried about them. People are out for blood right now. And there are people out there who are using this moment irresponsibly to serve up their perceived political enemies as a sacrifice. And for what? They're just proving me right. And I just really hope no one makes good on these threats, because I now have to live as if they might.
This isn't about left versus right anymore. It's about decency. Celebrating
Most of them don't have decency, as you probably notice.
Is beyond the pale, no matter who the target is. And yet thousands felt comfortable posting their glee as if the internet just wouldn't notice. Well, the internet noticed, employers noticed, and now people who thought they were so untouchable behind their keyboards are finally realizing just how fast it all disappears.
Charlie Kirk. Yes. And why do you say that? I don't know. She was like, don't you think that if you're going to, attack a guy like that, you should probably have some instances of things that he said that are offensive or that are racist or anything like that? Comrades. And what did they do that's fascist and that's racist?
Well, they're very supportive of white supremacist Donald Trump.
These people shouldn't be allowed.
Oh God, he's not a white supremacist. Jesus Christ, I don't think he's ever said that he was.
To live.
I believe any Trump supporter is officially a fascist because he is a traitor at this point.
What did they say that's hateful and racist? what I found to be most disheartening is that instead of actually coming in to have a conversation, they were screaming outside because it made them feel good, not because it actually did good. And I mean, this was kind of virtue signaling in real time. And unfortunately, the university administration or college professors, they weren't out actually encouraging the students to have dialogue or meaningful conversation. And Trish, what's so amazing is they couldn't even say one thing that I believe. Instead, it's just innuendo, it's open-ended insults, and it's things that are completely fake and false. And it's too bad because when you don't talk to people, then really bad things unfortunately start to happen.
I agree. The bottom line, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. If you mock a man's murder, don't be shocked when your boss decides you don't belong on their payroll anymore.
Yeah, you don't mock people's murders, guys. Even if you don't like them. For example, I'm not a big fan of Trump. Does that mean I want to like shoot him? No, of course not. I rather call him an idiot on Facebook, on YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. And besides, that's the last I want to talk about this because I might be changing. Like I said, I've been testing the channel out, seeing what works, and this stuff doesn't work as much as I expected it to. So I'm going to check something now. See, I don't want that to be shown. I hope there's something. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. Screen. All right, let's go over here. Let's go into the stream window. I don't care about the stream window at the moment. No one's really been here. Don't blame it. I'm going to look, guys. Have a look what's going on. What's the best things I've streamed lately? Ironically, the best stuff I got now lately was for also the games. The games seem to be doing pretty well. Minecraft as well. Yeah, Direct didn't do too badly. I don't know. We've got 9, 7, 5, 6. Okay, not bad. The majority of stuff seems to be yeah. Actually, no. Take it back. This stuff doesn't do too badly at all. I thought it would do really bad. That's why I was looking at it right now. I mean, I got 5, 7, and 9, so it's not a terrible thing. That's actually not too bad. But then again, the last 2 streams I've done have been off Forza have been really good. Now, one of them hasn't fully done the processing yet, but I know it's going to be a good one because I checked it when I left. I had like 4. I think I had like 4 or 5 people. It went for about 6, 7 hours in total. So I did about 2 hours stream, so that's a good number. So yeah, there's a good chance, guys, we may have to adapt. Now, like I said, games always do well. What was that? It's not my phone. It was over here. It must be the controller. All right, Power World's not doing that well, obviously, because it's by Power World. But yeah. All right, let's look on thing. Actually, let's go and make a few. Am I recording it? All right, I'm supposed to record this, guys. Sorry, guys, I'm supposed to record this because I want to make this as a video. So, guys, I'm debating what I'm going to do with the channel. Now, I'm doing testing, what I want to do and all that. So I've got a bit of a range of videos at the moment. So for example, the game streams I've been doing are starting to do really well. I noticed the Minecraft one's doing okay. But I also noticed these videos are doing good too. So we'll have to work out how we're going to do this in the future. Now, when it comes to like... Now, when it comes to like some things here, some of the stuff here... COVID, okay, some of this stuff's doing okay. Here's the thing, the Mario Party, okay, Mario games have not done really well. Oh, wait. Interesting. You know what? Some of them do really well, some of them do really bad, but I've noticed a lot of the videos are actually doing pretty good. That's kind of interesting. Their lives are doing pretty good as well, so I don't know how we're gonna do. I think I'll work that out after this live's finished. I want to see. I'll give it 24 hours. So the channel's doing alright. I got 9 from not the one before it. So it's 9, 7, 5. That's when I first started doing it. I want to do it for about an hour to an hour, 2 hours, but generally an hour. Because I just want to keep it nice and quick. I don't want to do anything too long. I want the gaming stuff to be my main focus. But yeah, I've got to work out exactly how long. So I think we actually are doing okay. I want to check my stuff. So a lot of my stuff I put up is okay. Except for the Roblox drama, no one cares about that. The Mario World thing is done, so I don't care about that either. Big Baby, that's Boogie. Probably won't focus on that too much, locale stuff. I'm going to focus more. I think I'm going to focus more on the Let's Play streams and these streams. But I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe not streams because the videos themselves, these type of videos that I'm doing right now, do pretty well if I get a good name behind it. Look at that. Yeah, I think that actually. Yeah. I think this does better as videos than streams. That might be a good thing, guys, because that means I won't have to stream and I don't have to talk about things like news and all that, because I think that's a big killer, a waste of time. I mostly do it just to start it up, so people get a chance to jump in. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I think going forward, guys, I'm going to keep doing the game streams. I'm not going to do these streams as much, but I will be putting videos out. So it'll be videos like, you know, not news, so much news stuff. It's going to be mostly, some of it will be my own stuff. Obviously, that'll be there, you know, the TCG, stuff like that I do. But also some of these other videos. So I'm not too sure yet. I'm 100% sure how I'm going to do it. But I do definitely need to put up videos because they do help. I notice they help dramatically at the bottom. The bottom has really taken off. But yeah, as I said, it takes a while to work it out. So I think I'm going to focus, instead of making a whole stream, which I could talk about a few things, I'm just going to make a video of one thing, and then another thing, and another thing. So we're going to keep doing that. I think that's my best bet. So that'll be probably the last time I stream this kind of stuff on here, which is good, because it means I can focus on game streams. I don't know if anyone's done any resources. No. I'm trying to look into if anyone's replied on my community tabs. And no. So I think it's a good system, guys. Focus on the drama and some of the new stuff on the own videos, and focus on the game as game stream. So that'll be the Let's Play stuff. So the second question is, what else would I be putting up there? Would I put up game reviews? Probably not. I don't know yet. I've got to work out what works and what doesn't in the gaming sphere. If they do work, then I'll definitely talk about them every so often. So I've got a few videos planned and all that, just to start working out the best way to do things. But I've noticed doing these streams, the problem with doing 2 streams is that the second one's always bad because it's always at a bad time. So I think just doing one big game stream should be just all I need to do. And then I can put the videos up of little bits and pieces of during the day. And then if I decide to do my own stuff, I can put that as my second video for the day. And that's what I think I'll do. I'll continue doing that. I'm pretty confident that will work out. On that note, I'm finishing here, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Minecraft and probably Forza up the next day. On that note, I'm going to finish here, guys, because now I kind of worked out what I want to do and how we're going to do it. There's nothing else there but to do it.